My Own Grey Matter, the triptych in sonatels. A sonatel is a newly created form. It's a combination of an experimental sonic and a villanelle. Between the two, 14 lines and 19 lines, I get 33 lines, which fits my structure finely. My Own Grey Matter. I left my own grey matter in the dark. I could not follow where it had not been, nor could I know where it was to go, if what had been unknown was left unseen, or if a luminance, the glowworm of a spark, had started up the engine, or if, by happenstance, I knew precisely how it was a vision, a luminance, the glowworm of a spark. I left my own grey matter in the dark. That is the matter that I now displace, trapped against the confines of the skull. I disconnect to give myself some space. The thing itself alone cannot erase its physic, though listless, grey, or dull. That is the matter that I now displace. There is no religion that I can embrace, nor build a temple in a crystal shell. I disconnect to give myself some space. I have another thought I will not chase, like arrant fawn, or wisdom is a fool. That is the matter that I now replace. I listen and move closer to your face. What whispers here cannot be told in full. I disconnect to give myself some space. The form is altered, structures I displace are like a bell rope clanged into a knell. That is the matter that I now replace. I disconnect to give myself some space. A poem is matter in its own dominion, whether that which is also what is not, or if whatever was is as it is because a thread is woven into other thought, and like a gist is caught as it feeds the spinning wheel the colors, spindle spun, and sees the yarn that fits the eye unwind from the spool to show how stars are woven in the sky. It feeds the wheel the colors, spindle spun. A poem is matter in its own dominion. The dearth of music is a kind of death that takes the singing heart out of a song, but voice survives, it is a living breath. The shallows form pools of fluid depth, move the enriching melodies along. The dearth of music is a kind of death. Orpheus has died, sad sack of a wraith, ripped apart by everything that's wrong, but voice survives, it is a living breath. Silence is song's loving aftermath, crowded amongst a too prosaic throng. The dearth of music is a kind of death. A mockery, half bitter and half laugh, stifles the tears that here do not belong, but voice survives, it is a living breath. So, if you are a poet or an empath, the crooked roads will festoon into song. The dearth of music is a kind of death, but voice survives, it is a living breath. Aesthetics are reflective of the culture from which they issue variants and shades, the shapes that they construe, as they make and do, to continue truth or its charade, in whatever form is made. As Telos reconstructs in Wired in Waves, we animate our nature, innovate our rapture, and leave our angst to knaves. Yesterday becomes tomorrow's future. In Wired in Waves, we animate our nature. Aesthetics are reflective of the culture. Psychic archetypes, intense and mythic, help us measure distance in light years. Our bodies are both liquid and electric. Music fuses measures, tidal, rhythmic. What we feel is noted as it appears. Psychic archetypes, intense and mythic, move within our thoughts, the non-specific, the void or vacancy that disappears. Our bodies are both liquid and electric, as rhythmic as the elements of music, heard within the whirring of the spheres. Psychic archetypes, intense and mythic, painted upon our skulls like prehistoric fire, seal in us the memory of years. Our bodies are both liquid and electric. As the visceral invades the limbic, quick light sparks just as it reappears. Psychic archetypes, intense and mythic. Our bodies are both liquid and electric.